Good morning, welcome to the channel. Today we drywall and do a little bit of blocking for said drywall. In the last video we drywalled most of the bedroom, but I needed to get at the 10-foot sheets which are at the bottom of this pile. So I slid off all the 8-foot sheets onto the 14-foot sheets, reorganized a little bit, and now I'm one step closer to get at those 10-foot sheets. But I'm gonna use up the moisture resistant drywall, which is on top here in the bathroom. Instead of moving them twice, I'll just jump into the bathroom and start drywalling that. For a small space like this, oh no, good, the audio's on. For a small space like this, it's probably not quite necessary to get a whole lift in just to do basically 2 sheets, but I am by myself. I don't really have the means to make a prop or anything, and I already had it in here, and I already have it, so work smarter, not harder. For the possibility of a shower door being fastened, we're gonna put some blocking in the wall and make some catches on either side, so it's a lot easier of a process to install that door down the road. So I'll do that first before I start drywalling. There are a few different options where I can put that blocking. The average shower door is 80 inches off the floor, and I just divide that up probably by 3. It's not normal that you have more than 3 fastening points into your track for your glass door. So if you have the opportunity to actually measure the glass door track and know what you need for blocking, that's ideal if you have it on hand or you know the dimensions. But we're just going to do one top, bottom, and in the middle. Same with the other side. And that's just what I have to do for the other 2. So I've gone 80 inches off the ground to the center of this top block, and I'll just put one in the middle, so I'll measure in between the 2 blocks. And there we go. Got my blocking on this side. I'll do this opposite side as well. Instead of doing horizontal blocking, I'm going to actually just double up this 2x4. I'm going to get my overall measurement, 92 5/8. The only thing I have to make sure of when I do screw this together is that this 2x4 I just put in isn't twisted at all. And then if my shower base is 30 inches wide, that gives me 2 inches on either side for my glass door to fasten into if need be. So that's the blocking done for in here, and now we're gonna start the drywall on the ceiling. That's one of the reasons why we're doing the small rooms first, is because with that 10-foot piece, I can't make the turn into the bathroom. And by not doing the closet, for example, I can just go through the closet wall, like so. Now I just gotta mark out those pot lights. So there's the first sheet up in the bathroom. One thing that I can point out, when I cut this piece to length and cut the back of the sheet and then went ahead and scored through the back to the surface paper, the paper on the front, this is what happened. It left a pretty jagged edge and ripped the paper, as you can see, which is annoying, and I should have known better. That's why it's better not to cut through the 1/2 inch of drywall to the other side, but go from the surface. So that will require a little bit of extra mudding. I'm gonna get this next piece ready. There we go, the ceiling is done. This bigger piece was a bit of a struggle, that's why I didn't record it. What can be helpful for drywall is an 8-foot 2x4. When you're doing it by yourself on the ceiling, just use it as a prop. Makes things a little easier. Pretty straightforward. I had a bit of a blowout here. I think that was caused by a staple, believe it or not. And then with this piece, because it was toothed around this half wall, when I was putting it up, there was a lot of flex in this corner, so it cracked the paper a little bit. Other than that, looks good. And now I'll start on the walls. Mark my studs. Same measurement as the ceiling, which is a good sign. 110 inches. Measuring 4 feet down to put a screw to hold my drywall. Oh my gosh, that one was almost too much, gamers. Shoot. Card service error. Uh-oh. And done. Goes a lot easier when there's no cutting to do or anything. Gotta get over these pipes and then down. Shucks. Ugh. Drywall guns all over here. Tacked it on, I'll cut out my boxes. This one's real close. 75 and a half. And my pipe, 4.5. 9. I have to adjust my depth a little bit. I think I'm just missing it. It's tricky with plastic because the bit can get so hot it starts digging in and melting the plastic. Darn it, that was a huge miss. Hopefully there's a trim piece. The far side is fine, but the whole top just flew off. Hopefully there is a trim piece, a collar that will cover that gap. So I think we'll go with that. This will be the edge of the tray, and then I'll have a 4 inches of tile going beyond that tray, ending here. So my drywall will end here, and my tile board will end here. And there's the piece up. The only reason I left this little sliver on is to act as a shim for the future. So it's 4 feet from the concrete to my piece, which is the size of a sheet of drywall, but I'll cut it down to 47 inches, take an inch off the bottom because it shouldn't be resting on the floor for moisture's sake. It's good practice to keep it up. It doesn't have to be the prettiest cut because our baseboard will cover it up, and our baseboard's anywhere from 3 to 5 inches in some cases. So I'm just going to use my thumb as a guide like this and run it down. So when drywall time comes, I can just butt my cement board or whatever we use against this drywall edge, and my trim piece will probably overlap the drywall slightly just so I avoid having to mud and build up that seam. Oh dear, I'm not strong enough. Don't you let go, Mr. Frodo. Reach! Okay. Sick. 11.5. It's all over here. Who would have thought? 46. All the way down here. Who would have thought? Tracing it that way. Tell me if I miss. So confirmation that the bit is bad. It snapped off. Don't show my face. Show the tool. Yeah, I know I lent it out, and I think plaster was cut with it, so it won't last long in plaster. What I can do next is just score the back of the paper. And then I'll be able to snap this back, like so, and then I just have to cut this off, like that. And then I can just fold this piece around and use it for the end of the wall. And then my corner bead will go on here. We've ran into a pickle. A very serious pickle. Card service error. Uh-oh.